has an expectation. God has a plan to see his expectation met. But a generation must come in alignment. And we say yes to Jesus. Ibarasia tabo mekababa kamande kaidatos. We withhold nothing, Jesus. You want a generation, we offer you one. Let the waitings come to an end. Okay, these are the kind of questions I really answer. Apostle Arome once mentioned that he had a prayer schedule of 8 hours every day while working in the oil industry. I may need to scale this question to my according. But let's try. Let's try. How does a man maintain that intensity practically despite a busy work schedule? Now, this question will need to be answered specifically by Apostle Arome. However, when I was working in the city of Ibadan as a project manager, my assignment was to manage a 203 unit housing estate, a combination of bungalows and duplexes. I resumed that work every day. What resumption for us is 8. We close at 5. All of us are privileged to have only 1 hour break, which is between the hours of 12 and 1. So, home to office for me is 1 hour. Because I know when I get to work, I'm trying to create work schedules. My job was to supervise what everybody was doing. So the last thing, from 4:30, you stop working, everybody, and then you send a chat. It is your upgraded weekly chat to make me know what you achieved that day. That thing you claim you achieved, I must see it the next day. It means I'll be on site from the office. And then based on what you send to me, I'm supposed to create a new work schedule for the new day. So I deal basically with work schedules. After a while, I became involved in procurement of materials, sand, cement. I dealt with those guys from Lafarge and all of them. I was also in charge of landscaping. So I dealt with people planting flowers and all of that. And then later I became the one in charge, because my boss saw that I was like his Joseph. So I had to join the sales team. I was also involved in designing in advert design. We used MailChimp to get mails, these bulk mails. So I would do the script writing. MailChimp has a ready-made template that you can just tweak for designs. So I have to do it myself and send out 2 or 3 adverts every week. And then I was the one dealing with the late Governor Isiaka Ajimobi. I was dealing with him directly. I was in trying to get permits everywhere. I was dealing with the PAMSEX in the Ministry of Lands. I was dealing with the Commissioner of Lands. And my assignment with the Surveyor General also was to extract from him 203 different C of O's. That was my job. Not because I was competent, but because my boss found out that Joseph. In the midst of that, I would need to prepare my sermons for Sunday and ensure that I am still alive as a believer. So I devised a means that I will not take any vehicle to work. It's just 1 hour walk. So I leave home before 7. And I tongue from the house to work. I found out that when we speak in new tongues, our mind is not fruitful. Are you with me? It means I don't need cognitive words to articulate my movements in prayer. So I designed a way to segment myself. And that's how I believe Papa survived. So I needed sounds because of the noise in the office. Because they gist all kinds of things. From news to dirty talk. So I have one earphone to confuse the noise they are producing. And one ear to be hearing the things I have to do with the workings. I work on a computer essentially, and so I can tongue from that 8 to 12. These things require training. They are not imparted. And they are not wished. You will attempt, you will fail. You attempt, you will fail. I was sharing in one of the meetings I went for in Ibadan that if you are playing a sermon physically beside me and I sleep, I will preach that sermon to you when I wake up. Because my subconscious has been trained to continue hearing even when I sleep. Singing songs, anything that I'm playing on a device, I'll still be hearing. So when I sleep, don't go sit beside me. Oh, I will tell you who spoke. And it's not by word of knowledge. It's trained subconscious. Have you found out that the average car speedometer is 240 kilometers per hour? Where do drivers stop? So people say 100, 100, 100. Because you're afraid that the car will break into parts. The boat will go out. No. It has been tested on the bench to be able to run at 240 kilometers if occasion demands. Don't try it. Because we don't have good roads. That's the thing. If you run at that speed, actually every pothole on the way, if it's not a long pothole, you will not feel it. By the time you are at 140, your tires will be moving at a speed that they won't be able to drop into a hole. You just vroom, vroom, vroom. May they not start chasing you. You will know that your car is provisioned to go that fast. So it's a trained thing. I found out that, so they will now say, okay, around 10, so I do 8 to 10, or sometimes maybe 8 to 9. I had now built my work schedule to make sure that I'm outside the office from like 10 o'clock. Our site is at Akobo. My office is at Kongi, that's in Bodija. So I will trek to General Gas. I'm feeling the guys in the place. So what are you doing this morning, Mr. Nee? That's the site manager. This is what we're doing. Okay. But I'm running things on my notes. I'm chatting with the people, but I'm in the spirit. So I'll pass through Ashi, and there's one junction towards the express where there's a bridge coming from Basoro. Cross that place. Is the Ashi junction from I don't even know the name of the place, but you climb a bridge and then you drop at General Gas. I have trekked from General Gas to our site before, Legacy Estates. When they send me to the secretariat, I call in advance, please, I'm coming to do. We need like a few minutes to get the things together. I move. So I'll trek from Kongi and go to secretariat. And then my break time, I don't eat. I spend it on the road. It's 1 hour. I trek from Kongi to Total Garden. And then come back. Because I need to be alive. You know that as busy as you are breathing. As busy as you are, you do WhatsApp every day. When they send you a message, you reply in 2 minutes. But you are busy. You have not busied yourself to a point that you forgot to eat. Abi? Because people say I'm busy, I can't pray. But you have eaten today. The guy said 4 times. So, if you value your growth, if you value your life in the spirit, you will build structures around it. That when you have finished and you want to sleep, you will not close your eyes waiting for sleep to come. You will pray into your sleep. And when you wake up in the morning, the natural person says, it's the last line that was on your lips that will wake you up, and then you move again. You have time in the shower, Abi, to pray. You have time on the throne. May God give you understanding. You know what the throne is? Yes, to pray. There are no restrictions, and there are private places. So your day can be colored with prayer. The problem why the average person with a busy schedule cannot is that God gives us free times, but we encumber ourselves with being with men. Carry this chair there, carry it here. We don't need more than that communication. The chair moves. Must we gist about how Papa said that man you will die? No, must we gist about it? It's not a serious discussion. Everybody has time. Maybe we should ask JD. How do you survive spiritually? He not only works, he thinks a lot. Only much thinking can produce that kind of thing. It means I've been preaching since I traveled. But I still have notes for this meeting. Next week is 72 hours. So next week, we are going for the conference in Ibadan. I have 2 sermons in 72 hours. I have 2 sermons in Akure. I'm preaching here on Tuesday. I'm preaching here on Sunday. How do I combine those things? We don't wish scriptures and come out. We study for long. We pray for long. When I came back from my session yesterday around 6:37, they say, "Sir, you have not eaten since morning. You only drank water." I called Timile. I said, "Give me a few hours. I'll get my notes to you." It was when I finished my notes that I ate since morning. What do you value? What do you value? If you are married, in your busy schedule, you'll be talking. If you are married, a few people sustain it in marriage. Many people is when they are in a relationship. You see, we chat. I just wanted to know how you are doing. Have you checked on God? So you have to consciously build prayer to be able to operate in spite of what you are doing. Is what you value. If I told you, Israel, if you don't pray for 10 hours every day, something bad will happen to you. Will you find time? No, will you find time? So some of us need a threat, and then it will tell you you can. I know you think you cannot fast. This biri fast they used to say that 7 days without it. If I come as a prophet and I tell you what destiny is like, and you see it colorful, shining, how do you sing that song? It's shining bright. I must get there. And I say, all you need is that for the next 7 days, you neither take water nor food. You will find out that you have not stretched this your body at all. You think you can't say no to fried rice? Destiny matter. You say, I will eat more. But the truth is, even now, those demands are on you. Those demands are on you. So it's discipline. First, you create a scale of preference, and then you match your scale of preference with discipline. You find out that many things can be done without disturbing prayer. This 8 hours prayer is prayer fellowship. So it's not like, oh God, I want a house. No. It's just that you want to sustain communication. So it's under your breath. It's under your breath. When I slept in Ilorin on the same bed with Papa 2 nights, I know you will not be angry. I've shared it before. You will not be angry. The first night I studied him. He sleeps. So he's like us. When we entered the room, the first thing he said to me was, Nigeria was playing World Cup that time. I said, Papa, they are showing highlights. He said, no. Let's look for where the match was played. Let's watch it again. And I asked, so with this level, he watches football. So when I told some people yesterday that they massacred Man U, they say you watched it. I said like 50 minutes of the match. They say, you watch football? I watch. It's not criminal. But when it becomes a distraction, then a team can die. May God help you. We finished watching the match. We ate. Oh, eat. I said, no, I'm not eating. He said, what's the meaning of that? So he served my food. I remember that night was beans porridge they gave us. And he served my own. I collected it with fear and trembling. I ate. And when it was time to sleep, he greeted his wife and he slept. But every time he turns, and then he sleeps again. He turns. He runs like that. He sleeps again. So when we wake up in the morning, we'll be saying plenty things. The next day, when we slept the second day, he now woke me up the third day. Tolu, you did not sleep. I said, you are not sleeping. You are praying. He now said, what was your own prayer point? I said, my prayer point was I was begging God that you are too busy. He should let us grow so that we can give you rest. And I can clearly tell you, God has answered that prayer. Even though he has found more work, but we have relieved him small. I've relieved him small. So that's how it works. My time is up. Any important thing I need to do tonight? But I'll be here 2 Tuesdays now. We'll just go No life and death issue. Good day, sir. God has an expectation. God has a plan to see his expectation met. But a generation must come in alignment. And we say yes to Jesus. Ibarasia tabo mekababa kamande kaidatos. We withhold nothing, Jesus. You want a generation, we offer you one. Let the waitings come to an end.